I gave it a couple days. I genuinely waited because I was hoping, no, praying, that somehow, some way, I'd find the patience, the peace of mind to approach this without snapping, without losing it, without setting fire to every bridge in sight. But you know what? Burn the damn bridges. If I blow one up, I'll build another. Because what I saw on Sunday, what I witnessed during that Cowboys and Panthers game, that wasn't just disappointing. That was insulting. And if you're a player or a family member watching this, I'm telling you now, click off, walk away, go do something else. Because what I'm about to say, you probably won't want to hear. But it needs to be said. What happened on that field? It wasn't a simple mistake. It wasn't just a blown assignment or a misstep. It was the kind of moment that makes you question whether some dudes out there actually care. Whether some of these guys are truly committed to this team, this game, this fan base. Because what I saw from Sam Williams, man, it took everything in me not to just scream at the screen. And what really set me off wasn't just the play itself. It was the response to it. The audacity to laugh. The lack of accountability. The complete disregard for what that kind of performance means to Cowboys fans who bleed for this team. Let's break it down. There's an image. Just a still shot from the game. Looks harmless at first, until you actually understand what you're looking at. Rico Dowdle has a rushing lane the size of the Atlantic Ocean. I mean, he could have jogged through there with a folding chair and a picnic basket and still not gotten touched. That lane didn't happen by accident. That lane was a result of someone on defense getting absolutely manhandled. And who was that someone? Sam Williams, on the receiving end of a devastating down block from a wide receiver. Yes, you heard that right. A wide receiver, Xavier Legette, who's supposed to be out there catching passes and running routes, took Sam Williams and drove him clean across the field like he was nothing. And before anybody tries to make excuses or say it's being taken out of context, trust me, it's not. You can pull up the tape yourself. There's no angle, no nuance, no breakdown that makes what happened on that play look anything other than flat-out embarrassing. Sam lined up on the left side of the defensive line. From that spot, there is absolutely zero reason why he should end up on the opposite side of the left hash mark, especially not after getting bodied by a wide receiver. And what makes it worse? It happened instantly. The play starts, and Sam just charges inside like a caveman chasing a torch. No awareness, no recognition of what's happening in front of him. He just sees the ball and takes off like he's playing Pop Warner. And that made the receiver's job easy. The down block wasn't even a challenge. Sam opened the gate and got escorted right off the field like he didn't belong there. You'd think, after something like that, the player would be furious, embarrassed, quiet. Maybe he'd hit the film room, try to figure out how he let that happen. But not Sam. Sam laughed. Sam posted about it. Sam threw a laughing emoji on it like it was some kind of joke. And no, this wasn't some screenshot that got taken out of context. This wasn't a my bad moment. The post is still live. He left it up. He doubled down on it. And that's where the real issue begins. Because if you're in that locker room and you've just been part of a defense that looked absolutely lifeless, the last thing anyone wants to see is one of their own clowning around, laughing at plays that made us all shake our heads in disgust. Fans were fuming after that game. People work hard. They spend their money, buy the jerseys, make time on Sunday to support this team. And again, no one expects guarantees in sports. That's just how it is. But the bare minimum, the absolute least you can do, is show that you care. At least act like it hurts when you get humiliated on national television. But Sam didn't. Sam showed the world that he thought it was funny, that it was just a moment to laugh at himself. And no, I don't care what his intention was. I don't care if he meant to be self-deprecating or if he was just trying to have a sense of humor. There is a time and place for that. This wasn't it. You're a defensive end in the National Football League, and a wide receiver just dragged you 6 yards off your spot. There is no excuse. There is no spin. There's just shame and the need to get better. And let's not forget, this isn't some rookie we're talking about who's still learning the ropes. Sam Williams is in a contract year. This is the time where guys go out there and prove their worth. Show they belong. Show they can be trusted. And instead, we've got a guy who seems more focused on pushing his personal brand, selling autograph jerseys, and hyping up post-game victory parties than actually playing sound, disciplined football. You want to talk about culture? About leadership? About character? This is exactly what kills a culture. This attitude. This lack of seriousness. This inability to recognize the weight of your mistakes. If you're laughing after a play like that, then you're not in the right headspace. You're not locked in. You're not holding yourself to the standard that this franchise needs to get back to where we want to be. Because this isn't just about Sam. This is about what kind of team we're building, what kind of locker room we have, what kind of accountability we expect from our players. And when a guy gets ragdolled by a wide receiver and thinks it's cool to laugh about it, you better believe fans have every right to be pissed. We should be pissed. You're telling me we care more than the guys on the field? That ain't right. That ain't how it's supposed to be. And if you're one of those people defending Sam, saying it's not that deep, or that he was just having fun, spare me. This isn't about fun. This is about pride. It's about effort. And it's about understanding the responsibility that comes with putting on that star every week. Because Sam's response to this whole thing tells me a lot more than the play ever could. It tells me that maybe he doesn't take this as seriously as he should. That maybe he's more in love with the lifestyle than the grind. That maybe, just maybe, he ain't the guy we thought he could be when we drafted him. And I hate saying that. I wanted him to be that guy. I've defended him before. But there's only so many chances a player gets to show who they really are. And when a moment like this happens, and your first instinct is to post laughing emojis while the fan base is out here furious, disappointed, and damn near heartbroken over another lifeless defensive performance, you're telling us everything we need to know. You're showing us that maybe you're not about this life. Not really. You might wear the jersey. You might make the highlight reel every now and then. But when it comes to the heart of it, when it comes to putting in the work, owning your mistakes, and acting like it actually means something to you, you're not showing that. Not at all. And that's a problem. Now, let's take this even further. Because the issue with Sam Williams doesn't start and end with one bad rep or one embarrassing block. No, this goes deeper. This is about patterns. This is about what kind of energy you carry year after year, and what you keep showing fans, coaches, and teammates when the lights are brightest and the pressure is real. This isn't the first time Sam has shown signs of being distracted or unserious. Go back a little. You remember that victory party he helped promote before the Cowboys even played the Packers in the playoffs? Yeah, that wasn't just some random gathering thrown together after the win. That was a full-on planned event scheduled before the game, before the result. That tells you everything. That victory party wasn't just tone-deaf. It was disrespectful to the process. Because what kind of player is already lining up the after-party before you've even stepped on the field? Before a single snap? Before you've earned it? That's the mindset we're dealing with here. A guy who seems more concerned with appearances, events, social media, and personal brand than actually putting together 4 quarters of quality football. And no, it's not just me saying this. You can feel it in the energy. Fans can feel it. Teammates definitely see it. The coaches? You think they're not watching this stuff? Of course they are. Every move, every post, every sideline moment, especially from a player in a contract year. When you're in a position like Sam's, every detail matters. Every snap, every interview, every reaction, it all builds a case. And right now, the case for keeping him long-term? It's crumbling. Because no matter how athletic he is, and trust me, physically the dude is gifted, none of that means anything if the mental side isn't there. If you don't have the discipline, the focus, the humility to grow from your mistakes, then talent alone won't save you. Talent gets you drafted. Character and consistency keep you in the league. Sam's problem isn't physical. It's never been about whether he can run with the best or explode off the edge. It's about what goes on between the ears. Football IQ, play recognition, the ability to read the field in real time and adapt. And most of all, accountability. That play against the Panthers was a mental bust, not a physical one. He charged inside like he had no idea what was happening around him. Didn't recognize the formation. Didn't anticipate the block. Didn't even seem to have a plan. And what followed was him getting wiped out by a wide receiver and sent flying across the field like he weighed nothing. And instead of owning that, instead of hitting film study, coming back stronger, learning from it, he laughed. That's the problem. Not the play. The response to it. Because real players, guys who live and breathe this game, they don't laugh when they mess up. They don't clown themselves in public like it's no big deal. They take it personally. They internalize it. They use it as fuel. But Sam, he made it a joke. And that tells me he doesn't feel the weight of what just happened. That he doesn't grasp how damaging that moment was, not just for him, but for the team. And look, I'm not saying players can't have personalities. I'm not saying you can't be funny or have social media presence, or enjoy life. That's fine, but you better handle your business first. You better show up on Sundays and bring something to the table before you start posting jokes. You better earn that right. And right now, Sam's not earning it. He's collecting checks. He's chasing clout. He's living the lifestyle of a pro athlete without showing the grit it takes to actually be one. And that's what stings for Cowboys fans. Because we ride hard for this team. Through wins, losses, heartbreak, false hope, we stay loyal. And when we see guys out there not matching that same level of passion or urgency, it's frustrating. It's insulting. We don't wear the jerseys for fashion. We wear them because this team matters to us. Because Sundays mean something. And when you see one of your own laughing at a moment that damn near ruined your weekend, it just hits different. It cuts deeper. That's the disconnect. That's why this blew up the way it did. Sam doesn't realize that what he treats like a joke is what fans treat like tradition, like pride, like identity. And it doesn't matter if he thought the joke was harmless or if he was just trying to be lighthearted. The timing was all wrong. The tone was off. And the message it sent? Brutal. It told every Cowboys fan that he doesn't feel what we feel, that he's not on the same page, that when the defense looked weak and soft, he thought it was time to laugh. And what makes it even worse is the fact that we're heading into the most critical stretch of the season. This isn't preseason. This isn't week 2. This is the grind. This is where teams either level up or fall apart. And right now, it looks like Sam isn't fully locked in. That's dangerous. Not just for him, but for the defense, for the culture, for the whole damn locker room. Because attitudes like that are contagious. They spread. And once you let that mindset seep into your roster, it's hard to shake. This coaching staff has talked a lot about character, about bringing in guys who love the game, about building a foundation based on work ethic, accountability, and team-first mentality. Well, this is the test. This right here is where you find out who's really built for it, who's willing to sacrifice for the bigger picture. And I'm sorry, but based on what we've seen from Sam, the answer ain't looking good. Before we roll on, subscribe to Cowboys Wire News, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Your support keeps the Dallas Cowboys updates coming. Tell us what you think in the comments. The NFL rumor mill is buzzing louder than ever this week, and the latest whispers are centered around one name that has sent shockwaves through fantasy leagues and front offices alike, AMON-RA St. Brown. Sources close to the situation hint that the prolific receiver, known for his jaw-dropping catches and uncanny route running, has reportedly set his sights on Dallas. While nothing has been officially confirmed, insiders suggest that the decision could fundamentally alter the Cowboys' offensive strategy and turn their playbook upside down. Fans have long speculated about St. Brown's next move, and Dallas has been on the short list of potential landing spots for months. The Cowboys, already boasting a dynamic offense, would gain a new dimension with a player of St. Brown's caliber. His ability to stretch the field, create separation in tight windows, and consistently deliver under pressure would force opposing defenses to rethink their schemes on every down. Rumors circulating in league circles suggest that coaches are already brainstorming ways to exploit his versatility, potentially opening up creative formations and play-action opportunities that could redefine the team's approach. Word on the street is that St. Brown himself is excited about the possibility of joining a squad with championship aspirations, and sources indicate that discussions with Dallas insiders have been ongoing for weeks. While other teams remain interested, it's the synergy between St. Brown's skill set and Dallas' offensive system that has analysts talking. Imagine him lining up across from CeeDee Lamb, stretching defenses sideline to sideline, and creating mismatches that would be the envy of the entire league. The mere prospect has already ignited fan forums and social media feeds, with speculation running rampant about which plays could become automatic highlights. Of course, until contracts are signed and announcements are made, all of this remains in the realm of tantalizing speculation. But the buzz is real. AMON-RA St. Brown in Dallas is the kind of move that could reshape not just one team, but the narrative of the season itself. Coaches, players, and fans alike are holding their breath, wondering if this rumor will materialize into one of the most talked-about acquisitions of the year. One thing is certain. If St. Brown does land in Dallas, the Cowboys playbook is about to explode, and the NFL might never be the same. That's a wrap from Cowboys Wire News. For breaking Cowboys updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Tell us your take in the comments.